Are you feeling stuck in fear or doubt and feel like it is holding you back from what you truly desire? Well, this video today, I want to pose some questions, some perspectives that will help to bring you deeper into moving beyond that fear. My name is Natalie with the Wild Nature channel, and my channel is all about supporting people on their journey back to wholeness and deeper empowerment through stripping back the layers of stories and conditioning and programming and all of the things that aren't true to our soul, so that we can peel back those layers and come back to the truth of who we are, our wild nature. And today I want to start with a question. What if it's not as hard as you think it's going to be? Simple, right? Oftentimes when we are in these fear loops, our stories seem grand. There's so much fear that is coming up in our body around doing a certain thing, around pursuing a certain goal, around taking action here or there, or whatever it might be. And the truth about fear is it's a survival response. It's trying to tell us where we might be in danger. And while back in the day, running from predators, having fiercer resources than we have today, or being exiled by a group could mean death and starvation. We are no longer in those times. At least I hope we're not. However, our brain still has a part of itself that has that conditioning, that programming, that is hardwired in. And the oldest part of our brain, even though we can talk our way through like, hey, I'm not gonna die if I'm not accepted and loved by these people after doing this thing, there's a part of us that still believes that. And so I think when we start to ask this question, what if it's not as hard as I think it's gonna be? What if it's not as bad as I think it's gonna be? It starts to allow us to look at the situation. What am I really afraid of? That's another question. What is it that I'm really afraid will happen if I pursue this, if I take this action, if I speak to this person, if I tell this person how I feel? What is it that I'm afraid will happen? Sitting with that question, and don't dive too deep into the stories. Just allow yourself to witness them. Okay, I'm afraid of rejection. Okay, I'm afraid that this person will leave. I'll be abandoned. Okay, I'm afraid that I'll be ridiculed, I'll be made fun of. And ask yourself, is this true? And maybe the answer is yes. Whatever the answer may be, best way to begin to move into your fears is, first of all, questioning them. It's not about avoiding it. The fear is there as a protection mechanism. So we witness the fear. We ask ourselves, okay, where is this stemming from? What is it that I am afraid of? Is that true? And then understanding that most fears are the fear of feeling something. So it's a fear of the feeling that will be created if a certain action takes place. This is all future. This is all hypothetical. None of it is actually happening in the moment, but our body still feels like it is. And that's the power of the mind. The body and the mind do not know the difference between what is real and what is fabricated. So when we go through these deep story loops and hypothetical situations in our brain, we activate a fear response. We activate an emotional release of some sort because the body doesn't know. It thinks like, oh, this is happening right now. I need to produce this chemical response in the body because this is the thing that I respond to in this way. And I think when we start to grow our capacity to lean into the fear and hold whatever feelings may arise, that is an important component of being able to lean in. And somatic practices like creating somatic safety through orienting, breathing, breath, touch, sound, and movement, these are really beautiful ways that you can begin to feel safe to feel. But either way, majority of the time, what we work up in our mind about something that is going to take place is a much more heightened emotional response than when it actually does. And I'd love for you to just reflect in your life too. When there have been moments when I've worked something up, been so afraid to do something, and then I've stepped in and done it, and it really wasn't all that bad. When we start to look back at these things and ask ourselves this question as well, we start to unpack the untruth around our fear. We start to disprove our fear. say like, I see myself getting really afraid, but hey, remember last time when we did this really scary thing and it actually turned out great? Or it actually wasn't as bad as I had anticipated it was going to be? I'm just beginning to reflect and build that trust in stepping into questioning the fear, stepping through the fear to see what's on the other side. Fear, when it's in the right place, is a survival instinct. So there are certain times where maybe you don't want to go beyond the fear, like, this is a really great dark alley that I'm feeling a little fearful of. Let me just go walk down there anyway. Let's not do that. But when it comes to applications of your life, with relationships, with pursuing your purpose, with coming back home to expressing your truth, these are instances where I really invite you to start to ask these questions. What if it's not as bad or as scary as I think it's going to be? What is it that I'm really afraid of? Is this true? Are these stories true? And when in the past have I felt this same fear and chosen to step into courage and do the action, and it didn't end up being all that bad? Starting to ask these questions for yourself as you begin to step more fully into your path of empowerment. And just see what begins to unfold as you start to question the fear, to allow the fear to soften so that you can start to move into it. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and it's doing it anyway. So with that, I hope that you are finding the courage to start to question the fears that are coming up in your life so that you can really step forward into your truth, into what it is that you came here to do, who it is that you came here to be. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and comment if anything resonated with you. And of course, share with anyone that you think needs to hear this. And as always, subscribe to my channel, hit that notifications button, keep getting more good content like this coming into your feed. I'll see you all next time.